My name is Donald Mowry, and I am running for a county supervisor seat, District 9, Eau Claire County. For quite a while now, I've been considering running for the county board supervisor, but it wasn't until I retired that I felt like I had enough time that I could give and devote to learning about the issues and advocating for the residents of the county and trying to move the county forward. I've also been very engaged in the community. I've served as a board member on the Eau Claire Area Hmong Mutual Assistance Association, 3 different 3-year terms, beginning back in the mid-90s, and then most recently 2 terms, 6 years under 2 different board presidents. I'm also a member of Clear Vision Eau Claire, which is an organization that really tries to engage citizens in creating public work or public good. And we're currently in the midst of a poverty summit, and we have 8 action teams working to try and move the needle on poverty in Eau Claire County. So I think those experiences, plus as a social work professor, retired, I have a lot of experience working with the community. I was director of the Center for Service Learning for 12 years, so my job was to connect students to community needs and help them meet their service learning requirement, but at the same time, learn what it takes to be an engaged citizen. Number 1, preserve and protect the environment. I think we have an excellent set of resources in our county. We have beautiful rivers, we have trails, we have parks and other facilities. So I'd like to maintain, perhaps even expand those. You know, protecting our quality of water and you know, air and other environmental you know, protections. Secondly, I'm really concerned about fiscal responsibility. Our county back in 2016 was subject to an embezzlement scandal to the tune of almost $1.5 million. The county board is still dealing with that. I attended a session recently where the county is trying to at least pass a resolution that would enable, in the future, would enable public workers to not, or would enable to, you know, to recover some of that stolen money through doing some sort of garnishment of pensions, for example. So we're still dealing with that. I also think we're facing a real crisis in terms of the public jail. It was built under a lot of controversy. I think it was needed and necessary, and I'm real happy with how it turned out. But there's one unused pod that could be expanded into the future, and we're already exceeding the capacity of the existing pods and sending prisoners sometimes to Dunn County and Chippewa County as overflow. We have some excellent alternatives to incarceration in Eau Claire County. We've got treatment courts, problem-solving courts. I've personally been involved in helping to develop the AIM court, which originally was assess, inform, and measure, but now it's alternatives for incarcerated mothers. But that keeps women in their homes. It keeps their children with them. They can maintain their employment. And also work on the issues and see a judge and a treatment team that gives them a lot of support on a weekly basis. So it's a very intensive program. I also helped to develop the day treatment center so that people can actually be monitored and get case management and still, again, stay in the community and work. I think we haven't maximized those courts and that we could invest some more money. I think they're more humane, they're less costly, and they're more effective than just putting people in jail. Another piece of the puzzle is reentry, and currently the county did get a grant to develop a reentry program, which is very much needed because people getting out of jail, if they're just released with the clothes that they walked in with, they're walking out with a dead cell phone, maybe summer clothes when it's winter, and no set plan, no way of you know, contacting people sometimes, and that's part of the reason why a lot of them end up back in jail. A third issue that I'm really concerned with is I think we need to invest in our county. And our rural areas depend on roads and bridges, and so that's an important aspect of investment. And the rural residents, I don't think people realize what it's like these days to not have broadband, and for their children to be in public school but not have access to high-speed internet when they go home and work on homework or expand their curiosity into all the different resources that exist online. Rural youth also need, I think we need to invest in people, not only for alternatives to incarceration, treatment programs, the problem-solving courts, and reentry programs, but rural youth depend on programs like 4-H to have some of the same advantages that children do in urban areas. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to serve all of Eau Claire County, but especially the residents of the townships I mentioned. And I think that sometimes people don't realize some of the struggles that people have who live in rural areas, but they all are, I think, very active citizens. They vote, they care about the environment, and they care about people, and I think we can all work together to move the county forward. Yes, I don't have a website, but I do have a Facebook page. It's just Don Mowry for County Board, all one word, lowercase, .org. My email is dmowry, D-M-O-W-R-Y 50 @gmail.com, or they can call me at my home phone number. Again, in rural areas, we don't always have the same advantages. My cell phone does not really do well in where I live, so you can send me a text message, but it's best to call me on my landline, and it's 715-875-4206.